Hey, what's up, people? This is Renal Colleague, Serving Dog Extreme. Came by to talk about what happened on Money in the Bank. It happened just recently last night. It happened a few weeks ago on pay-per-view. And I gotta tell you, that pay-per-view was very good. It was very off the chain, very fair balance and stuff. So I came by to talk about that right now. So let me get right to it. What happened on the first night on Monday Night Raw was the SmackDown Money in the Bank. The SmackDown Money in the Bank was very good. I didn't catch on to it till like halfway in the pay-per-view where the Big Show ends up climbing the ladder, and there was a lot of back and forth. It was very unpredictable. And I gotta say it was okay. I thought the Big Show would climb up that ladder, but ends up getting like pushed over. And then see what else happens on SmackDown. What are they? Dash and Cody Rhodes ends up getting like thrown into like the truck, and I forgot who the other guy. Drew McIntyre so close climbing that ladder, and Kofi Kingston knocks Drew McIntyre down, and then it was down to like Christian and Matt Hardy. And Christian and Matt Hardy were attempting to climb up the ladder, but neither of them climbed up there. And then I think Dolph Ziggler attempted to climb up that ladder. Kane ended up knocking him down, and Kane ends up getting the ladder. And then he cashes it in later on to become world champion. So later on in the night with Jack Swagger against Rey Mysterio. And also what happened was Jack Swagger against Rey Mysterio on the SmackDown main event for the World Champion. I have to say that match was good. I kind of wanted Rey Mysterio to win Jack Swagger to win, because I wanted him to feud on with Kane in the World Heavyweight Championship. Not just that Kane interrogates Rey Mysterio, not just that Kane interrogates Jack Swagger, also World Heavyweight Championship would be in hang. So I think it made it interesting a bit. Jack Swagger came out with great proof to the fact that he was innocent for the whole shenanigan involving Jack Swagger's father. What he did with the Undertaker's vegetative state, and that Jack Swagger's father was attempted to show the proof and stuff, and that's what happened that night. So, furthermore of what happened was the Raw Money in the Bank, and I saw the entire thing of Raw Money in the Bank, and the Raw Money in the Bank was actually good. It was fair balance, more unpredictable than you thought, and it was very nerve-wracking and suspenseful. But I have to tell you, I thought Evan Bourne was attempting to win Money in the Bank, and I was about to say Edge. I was like, oh, here we go again. Edge is gonna win it again. And then I found out Chris Jericho knocked him out. Edge didn't survive. Randy Orton attempted to knock him down, and John Morrison did very good on Mark Henry and Chris Jericho co-breaking him. So it was very good, especially with John Morrison. John Morrison, I thought he was gonna win Money in the Bank. He performed quite well, I gotta tell you, and he was very good. I thought he was gonna win. He was so close to getting up there, making a few knockdowns, especially on Ted DiBiase. But halfway through that match was Maurice. Maurice was attempted to get that Money in the Bank. She attempted to get it for him, but John Morrison was about to grab her. They're about to throw it down. She was like, get out. And then Ted DiBiase attempted to get that, and that was very unexpected. Nobody saw that coming, and that was like very unpredictable. And I would say if Maurice won that Money in the Bank, that'll make a huge difference. She could probably cash that Money in the Bank for the Divas Championship, and I think Maurice should have got that Money in the Bank. That would have made it very interesting. It'd be very a little bit nerve wracking. If she did, it would have made a huge difference. So I think she should have won, but after that, the Miz, and I think who else was on there? Another competitor, I think Evan Bourne or John Morrison, whoever. But mainly the Miz was all by himself. He clamped the Money in the Bank. He was all on him. He won it. So I think now with the Miz winning Money in the Bank, now it's different. Now we're going to see him as the United States Championship. Now they're using it as a prop. And I think now they're trying to make him become the first WWE Champion and United States Champion at the same time. And I think that's going to really build his character a lot. And it's going to make him more like demented, more angrier now. It's like, why are they making him more angry? It's like he doesn't need to be that angry. He's very good as a smiling, arrogant villain, almost like Chris Jericho a bit. So we'll see more what happens when they build a Miz. He's probably going to push him into a main eventer, because I think he worked so hard. He was very good, but the villainous character is really a good carry through to his personality. So we'll try to see more of that. Furthermore, so the Miz is awesome, and he makes a lecture of how He's a real competitor. How nobody takes him seriously. He's underestimated. And he's awesome, and he won that Money in the Bank. He's gonna cash in sometime in the future, but we'll see how it goes. Also, what happened was the Divas Championship. Divas Championship was good, more back and forth matches, and the match was good. But I want to see like Gail Kim get more involved against the Divas Championship because I think Eve Torres gets too many attempts of getting winning the title and trying to take it back. So, but the match was good. Eve Torres is a good competitor. And Alicia Fox played very well too halfway through the match. So I give her a lot of props of her hard work and real competition of the match. So with Eve Torres trying to do the backflip and Alicia Fox countering does the scissors kick like Booker T, and it kind of played out very well. So very good match right there. Also, what happened was the women's championship, Layla L against Kelly Kelly. And I gotta say that match was very unpredictable. It was very good back and forth. A lot of ringside ringside activity. Assaults going on, like Kelly Kelly and Michelle McCool getting more involved. So there's a lot of more ringside of really being effective with the match. With Kelly nailing the K2, but Layla was near the rope, so it was kind of nerve wracking. And then Tiffany clothesline Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool tried to jump off. Lee pushes her over, and she falls through the crowd. So, and then ended with Tiffany getting clothesline. Kelly Kelly's about to do a gymnast flip, and then Layla nails an upset pin, and the match was good. So it's good. Laycool won the match. I was kind of expecting them to at least put their titles on the line and attempt to defend the championship. I think that's what I kind of wanted to see. And I think they're going to get a lot out of it, of winning the title and maintaining Laycool, because they're really spicing up the Divas division on SmackDown. But I don't know if they'll go to Raw and make more of a huge impact for the Divas division. But it's kind of perfect, them going on SmackDown. Also, what happened was the main event was John Cena and Sheamus in a steel cage match. And that match was good. It was a good, fair, back and forth match. Sheamus making a huge hot flying move. Same thing with John Cena. They still kick out of that, and I think it was I think it really spiced up a lot for the match and the steel cage match, and made a heck of an impact. So with the end when John Cena and Sheamus was attempting to climb the cage, it was like a lot of really a lot of drag downs. It was a lot of counter, and it was a lot of back and forth, more unpredictable, more impactful moves, and they still kick out of that. Also, with the Nexus getting involved, they attempted to walk ringside and try to cut the thing. Referee grabbed it, and they could not get involved at all. They didn't. They failed their attempt, and they snatched it from Michael Tarver. Michael Tarver was like the big cahoos of that thing. And then the referee was like, "Oh, you got the key?" He grabbed the key and he threw it into the crowd, and then they all attempted to climb out, and as John Cena and Sheamus try to climb out, they all try to attempt to get involved, and Justin Gabriel climbed up the cage. He ended up getting thrown over, and he got slammed on his back, and Sheamus was, as the Nexus, Heath Slater was attacked by Sheamus brutally. Then as John Cena tried to climb out, Sheamus was the first person to climb down, and he automatically wins the match. And the match turned out very good, and I think at the end, John Cena nailed out Michael Tarver. Then David Otunga got brutally beat down, and then he beat down Michael Tarver. And I think I can't believe my boy, Michael Tarver's my boy. I have some respect for that guy. He was a big, powerful. He's more of a powerhouse, and I think I see him more as a powerhouse. And I don't know if I see him much of a brawler or submission, but he's a great powerhouse fighter. But I think he's not really a weapon, not like Justin Gabriel, Sheffield, Barrett, and Otunga. And they took out Otunga, the spinebuster weapon. So I thought the people who would be surviving so far are Sheffield, Gabriel, Wade Barrett, and I don't know if David Otunga or Heath Slater, either one of them. So we'll see what happens and what goes down on Monday Night Raw. So from all colleagues, I forgot to review the Usos and the Hart Dynasty, but I'll do another part of that. So catch up with that. Peace.